Well. Y'all are going to call me a prophet before it's all said and done. I started this channel a little bit over a month ago, and the third video that I posted on this channel is this: why Jalen Tolbert is the most important receiver for the Cowboys in 2024. And then when you look at the thumbnail, Jalen Tolbert must ball out in 2024. And then this happens this past Sunday.
Tolbert shaken up. Prescott looking that way. Dak throws in the middle, incomplete for Tolbert. Down to one play. Tolbert shaken up. Prescott throws, crossing, it's caught for the touchdown! It's Tolbert! Stays in the game and grabs it for the score!
Still don't believe me? Let's talk Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Let's talk facts. Jalen Tolbert absolutely balled out on late night Sunday Night Football. I mean, Dak Prescott actually made history. He's the first quarterback to throw 2 touchdowns in the same game on 2 different days. Because of the time zone that they are in, Dak Prescott threw 1 touchdown on Sunday night, and then he threw another touchdown basically on Monday morning. But it was a great game overall. Even though Dak Prescott had a couple of turnovers, he redeemed himself in the end when they needed him. He overcame adversity, and he got the win. This isn't about Dak Prescott. This is about the Dallas Cowboys making another step that they need to make, that when they get to going down the line, this Cowboy team is going to be a lot better in the playoffs than the last 3 12-5 Dallas Cowboy teams. This team this year, I still think 12-5 is in their grasp. I still think they can do it. I think they're going to start winning some games that people didn't think they could win. I mean, you got a 3-game threshold, and I think we'll do a video coming up this week about where do we think the Cowboys are going to end up by the end of the season. But I still believe the Cowboys are more than likely either going to finish 12-5 or 11-6. 10-7 at the very least, but they're going to surprise a lot of people. They're going to surprise some teams. This Dallas Cowboy team is young. It's getting better every single week. They're overcoming adversity. They're growing as a team. They have Dak Prescott. They have CeeDee Lamb. They have Micah Parsons. They are really the big 3 of this team right now, but they have young players that are coming on, and they're doing great on both sides of the ball. And Jalen Tolbert is finally getting his opportunity. Jalen Tolbert, let's look at the box score real quick. Let me just show you what this thing looked like on Sunday night. If you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, this is exactly what you want to see. You want to see not necessarily Jalen Tolbert being the leading receiver, because we need CeeDee Lamb to be the leading receiver on his team because he's dangerous with the ball in his hand. There is no doubt about it. CeeDee Lamb is dangerous. But what you do want to see, if they're going to cheat the safety over the top of CeeDee Lamb all night, if they're going to bracket him underneath, if they're going to double and triple cover him, we need a wide receiver. We need other receivers who are capable of stepping up on a night, not where they necessarily shut CeeDee Lamb down, but where they have game plan for him, that every throw that you throw to him is going to be a very tight window. Jalen Tolbert was the leading receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. But I'll come back to Jalen Tolbert. Look, Jake Ferguson, CeeDee Lamb is third. Kevontae Turpin, love how he got involved in the game. Rico Dowdle. I mean, it was an absolutely great game for the Dallas Cowboy receiving room. Everyone from the receivers to the tight ends, special teams to the running backs, they were all getting involved in the passing game. This is exactly what you're going to need if you're going to win, but especially as it applies to Jalen Tolbert. Jalen Tolbert was an absolute beast on Sunday night. Let's look at his box score, because I think that when you look at the fact, when we talk about a career night, it was a career night for him. He balled out. It was a coming out party. Look at this. 10 targets. But that's not what's impressive. 7 receptions. Not what's impressive. 87 yards. Good, but not necessarily what's impressive. What was impressive was his average yards per catch. 12.4 yards. 12.4 yards a catch. His longest play, 48 yards. 48 yards. 1 touchdown. But the 1 touchdown that he got, it was the game-winning touchdown. Oh, you better believe Jalen Tolbert had a career night. And the one thing that we saw, and we've been seeing this and we've been paying attention, Dak Prescott, him and Jalen Tolbert, he's building, the trust between those two is building. And that's exactly what you want. You want the trust between Dak Prescott and Jalen Tolbert to keep on building so that when they say, we're going to take CD Lamb away from you, they're going to also have to keep their eyes on Jalen Tolbert. And if you pay attention to what Jalen Tolbert actually allowed the Cowboys to do, and why Rico Dowdle also had a breakout game, rather than the Cowboys running to open up the pass, the Cowboys passed so they could open up the run. See, because they were passing as good as they were, it fixed it to where Pittsburgh couldn't just play the line of scrimmage, move the linebackers up close, let the DBs play one-on-one, a lot of those types of coverages. They couldn't stay in those coverages because the Cowboys' passing game was so good, so versatile, so many different receivers, finally got some motion. So it actually opened up the running game. And when it opened up that running game, I mean, Rico Dowdle, man, he was running with purpose. He was running hard. He was running with purpose. He was breaking tackles. I mean, this man was on fire. And so the Dallas Cowboys, because of what they now have in Jalen Tolbert, and we got to understand something about Jalen Tolbert. He's a much bigger receiver than Brandon Cooks. I mean, shout out to Brandon Cooks. I mean, he's a great wide receiver, but Jalen Tolbert, little bit bigger target. And so he is exactly what Dak Prescott needed. And I do believe when Brandon Cooks come back, he's going to still be a part of the game plan. But now we see, let's line up Jalen Tolbert out there on the outside. Dak Prescott's got some trust in Jalen Tolbert. So now when Brandon Cooks comes back, they will be even better. But I want you, it's funny that I said early in the season that Jalen Tolbert was the most important wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. Not because he's the best, but because we need to stop these teams from saying, if we take CD away, you're nothing. If we take CD Lamb away, you have no one else. Yes, now we have someone else. We got to keep building it so they'll keep having to watch Jalen Tolbert, because now, watch what I tell you. Watch what CD Lamb does against the Detroit Lions. CD Lamb's going to absolutely eat. He's going to get those touches this week because they're going to be able to keep them honest, because they have balanced out the offense, not with the run, but with the pass. They're now embracing their identity that they're a passing team. But I find it to be funny that I said this early in the season. Jalen Tolbert was the most important wide receiver on the Dallas Cowboys. Listen to what CD Lamb said in his press conference.
John, when you see Jalen make that play, what's going through your mind?
I'm so happy for him. I told him earlier in the week, he's going to be the reason that we do win plenty of games. And just kind of instilling that confidence in him within a whole week. And him along with Terp and JB, understanding that B Cooks is down now, and obviously he knows that we still thinking about him, Brandon that is. But yeah, no, that's huge on B. Tolbert, sorry, huge on Tolbert. Happy for him, and looking forward to next week.
Did you notice what CeeDee Lamb said? Now, I'm sure CeeDee Lamb didn't see my video from earlier in the year or about a month and a couple of weeks ago. But CeeDee Lamb understands he needs another wide receiver to step up on this team if they're not going to get one in free agency. And Dak Prescott said it best. When Troy Aikman asked him, he said, "What do you think Jerry Jones meant by saying he was all in?" And Dak Prescott said, "I don't really know what Jerry Jones meant, but this is what I think he may have meant." I believe that Jerry Jones told Dak Prescott what he meant because he nailed it. He said that what Jerry Jones meant by being all in was him being all in on the players that we have, and that there were players who had other players in front of them that they didn't get the opportunity to play, but now they're going to get the opportunity to play and show who they are. Who was in front of Jalen Tolbert? Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup gone, Jalen Tolbert gets his opportunity. And he has taken advantage of his opportunity. And I am so glad. I mean, we're watching the maturity of CeeDee Lamb. People don't realize something. CeeDee Lamb played hard in that game. He understood they took him out. But early in that game, man, he threw 2 monster blocks on the same play, trying to get Ferguson free. CeeDee Lamb knows what's going on. He's going to be fine. He's showing his leadership. He's encouraging Jalen Tolbert. You're going to be the reason why we win. So Jalen Tolbert, they need him to really step up, really step up going forward. Let's look real quick also at what Jalen Tolbert had to say, because, you know, it's strange if you can recall that play. Jalen Tolbert was injured the play before. What happened was Dak Prescott, when he was coming across the back of the end zone, Dak Prescott threw the ball low and it hit him in the private part. And so that's what was going on, because at first I thought he had jammed or broken a finger trying to reach down low. But what it was, he got hit in the private part. And so when they called a timeout, it enabled him to be able to get back in the game, and so he could make that final play. But let's hear what Jalen Tolbert had to say about not only his performance, but about that last play.
You were, getting injured and what you were feeling in that moment, and then to come back and have that catch.
It was a low ball. I thought I could get underneath it, and ended up taking a one hopper, to the private. But I couldn't breathe for a second. But once they called the timeout, I knew I had to go back in the game. My team needed me. That's the moments that I work hard for. I wasn't going to be out in that moment. So no matter what, I was going on the field. And like I said, I knew the play call. I knew the options that were available on the play call. I knew the coverage that would run. All I had to do was get through clean and make a play. And like I said, that's what big-time players do in big-time moments. When the ball comes your way, your team's counting on you, you make plays.
I'll include the rest of that interview or that post-game interview in the description, but you can hear that Jalen Tolbert, he's been waiting on this moment. I'm going to show you one more play, I think. I'm going to show you one more thing by CFO Sports. I'm going to put a link to his YouTube page also down in the description. He gives a great breakdown on this thing with Jalen Tolbert and how he pulled this off.
Here we are, 4th down, game on the line in Pittsburgh. Rico almost got in the end zone. He fumbled, almost gave Tuck a heart attack, right? So you have Jalen Tolbert lined up outside. And what you're going to see on this play, right? We're going to play it in slow-mo first. He's just going to run this drag route, right? So it's zone. So you're seeing that the Pittsburgh Steelers right now, you'll see right here, they're pointing, right? They're pointing, you take it, no, you take it, now you take it. And what you're going to have CD kind of run with this drag as well as crossing route is kind of this natural pick play right here. So what he's going to force this defender to do is come over the top to cover Jalen Tolbert. Now, ideally, what you would want to do is pass this off here, but they didn't do it. So that's what those drag routes, those mesh concepts, they really make you have to communicate, right? So by Jalen Tolbert doing that, he's able to get underneath. And the good thing I like about Jalen Tolbert, you'll see it right here, right? On this play, he is turning this way, right? Because he's not coming down this line of scrimmage, because if he would have came straight, there's a possibility he could be tackled before the pylon. So he's bending up. Dak Prescott puts this on a damn dot. For all you Dak haters out there, look at that small little window. Bam. For Jalen Tolbert to get in the end zone, and I was going crazy. I was screaming at midnight. Let's watch this play in full speed before y'all cry in the chat about it. Good concept. Like I said, Jalen Tolbert just running through the route, getting upfield, turning his body, and Dak putting on dot. So here's the thing about this play, y'all. Let's look at it from a slow-mo angle. You have, Jalen Tolbert on the crosser, right? Ferguson gets knocked down over here. So that's really bagged, right? You possibly could have had this corner route with with Turpin, kinda, but that he was pretty much on it. So when you look at this play, right, because Ferg is down, CD's back, this would have been a tight throw with this possible corner and coming back to it, so there was some opportunity, but for the most part, Jalen Tolbert was pretty much the only option to make this play, because of course we know this guy over here was getting whooped and there was constant pressure. So Dak didn't have much time. Possibly could have went to Turpin, but that would have been it would be a slow developing play. So Tolbert had to step up and make this play. And when his number was called, man, oh man, he stepped up and answered the bell, right?
Shout out to CFO Sports. He does a great job of breaking down plays like that every single week. I'm going to put the link to the video in the description so you can go and watch the rest of the video so, he can get the watch time. But he did a great job. And, man, Jalen Tolbert, I'm telling you, Jalen Tolbert is going to be a key factor for the Dallas Cowboys for the remainder of the season. The Dallas Cowboys just put offenses on notice that we have more weapons than you thought we had. And never again will we allow you to shut us down by just shutting down CeeDee Lamb. Don't y'all worry. CeeDee Lamb is going to eat. He's going to benefit because of how all these other receivers are stepping up. But that's going to do it for me. That's going to be my time. I got another video coming up today, probably do a live stream. We got to start talking about the Cowboys and the Lions because I got to give you my prediction. And it's going to be awesome. So if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you'll know the next time when we post a video on Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Peace.